Hi, for this question, the value of pi is 3.142, correct to 3 decimal places. 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeters cube. Some identical balls are open cylinders, each of radius 6 centimeters and height 4 centimeters. Each ball is made from thin metal. Calculate the area of metal needed to make each ball, giving your answer correct to the nearest square centimeters. Now, for the first part of this question, remember it's open cylinders. Therefore, the area is going to be equal to pi r square plus 2 pi r h. What we're saying is that this is pi r can be factored out, and I've got r plus 2h inside. So that is then 3.142 as required times 6. The radius is 6 into 6 plus 2 times 4. So we're saying 3.142 times 6 times 14. So let's bring in our calculator here. 3.142 times 6 times 14. We're getting 263.928. So correct the nearest square centimeters. That's going to be equal to 264 centimeters square. First part of the question done. Now for the second part, as you can see, there's a hemispherical pan containing 13 liters of soup. This pan here has 13 liters of soup inside. As many bowls as possible are completely filled with soup from the pan. So we're taking the soup from here and we're filling a number of bowls like this here. Calculate the number of bowls which are filled. Okay. Number of filled bowls. That's going to be equal to 13 liters. Now 13 liters, remember, is 13,000 centimeters cube. And then we're going to divide that by one bowl. 264 centimeters. Well, square. There's no need to put these things here. Oh, sorry about that. This is not what is required here because we need centimeter. We need the volume. But remember, this is the volume. So we're going to calculate the volume of one ball. Well, the volume of one ball is going to be equal to pi r square h. So what we're saying then, 13,000 divided by pi r square h. 3.142 times r to the square, which is 6 squared, times h is 4. So let's do that here. So we're saying 13,000, okay, divided by 3.142 times 36 times 4. That's going to give us 28.7325. So we got then 28.7325, 8 and so on. So we're saying then how many bowls can be filled? That's going to be 28. You can't say, you can't say 29. 28 bowls completely filled. Right, first part of B is done. Second part of B. Calculate the volume of soup which is left in the pan, giving your answer in cubic centimeters. Okay, so the volume of soup left in the pan is going to be equal to 13,000 centimeters cube minus for 28 bowls times volume of one bowl is this. So let's do that. So we're going to take this, right, which is Okay, so 13,000, take away 28 times 3.142 times 36 times 4, it's going to give us 331.456. So 331.456. What we're saying is that correct to the nearest cubic centimeters, that's going to be equal to 331 centimeters cube of soup left in the pan. For the third part, the volume of a sphere is of radius R is 4/3 pi r cube. This you should know by heart. So we know that V is equal to 4/3 pi r cube. Generally speaking, that's the volume of a sphere. It is given that 13 liters of soup completely filled the pan. The pan is a hemisphere. Therefore, for a hemisphere, I'm going to say it's 2/3 pi r cube. And that is going to be equal to 13,000 centimeters cube, because this is the amount of soup that filled the bowl. Therefore, if we want to find the radius as is required here, calculate the radius of the hemisphere, giving your answer correct to the nearest millimeter. So that's going to be equal to then 13,000 times 3 divided by 2 pi. And you take the cube root of that. So let's do it. So cube root 13,000 times 3 divided by 2 times 3.142. Answer to the question is 18.377. I can say the radius is 18.377 and so on, times 10, because it's required to find this in millimeters. Therefore, we're looking at 18.4, alright, times 10, and that's going to give you 184 millimeters as radius. Okay, for the last part of the question, Michael has two different balls which are geometrically similar to each other. The heights of the balls are in the ratio 2:3. So let's say this is one ball and this is the other one. Okay, this is somewhere like this, control it properly. There we go. Okay, the heights are in the ratio 2:3. Big H is to small h is equal to 2:3. Write down the ratio of the volumes of these balls when full. Okay, well, when the balls are full, we're going to find the volume. So volume, ratio of their volume, I'm going to say the big V, okay, over small v, ratio of volume is going to be big H over small h to the cube, because that's volume, so 2/3 to the cube, giving you 8:27. Therefore, the answer to the question is 8:27. Here we are. Take care.